out of 10. Review it again. A 10 out of 10. Review it again. It's a 10 out of 10. Gonna number one. One.
Why are you doing this?
You're bald and white. L plus ratio.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. Pump the Knee Dump Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of this new Nas album, Magic. This is a brand new album of songs from New York's own Nasty Nas, where he teams up once again with producer extraordinaire Hit Boy, who he's really gelled with creatively for 2 projects now. The Grammy-winning King's Disease and Grammy-nominated King's Disease 2, which I think is even better. And there's even likelihood this series will become a trilogy, as Nas mentions in a bar on the song Ugly, but in the meantime, we now have this little short run of tracks here to hold us over. This thing is 9 songs, 29 minutes. It's obviously not as robust or thorough as the past 2 King's Diseases, not as topical, conceptual, or thematically focused either, so I would recommend adjusting your expectations a little bit on this project. Not to say it's bad, it's just that Nas and Hit Boy aren't exactly reaching above and beyond on this one. Because if anything, Magic is very much about stripping things back and bringing the listener everything they need and nothing they don't, with a trim series of songs that are as direct as possible. Seeing Nas continue to engage with the instrumental aesthetics, the flows, and lyrical themes that made him a hip-hop legend to begin with. For one, the opening track, Speechless, kind of leaves me speechless, because when that first line hits, it kind of sounds like Nas isn't even current day Nas anymore. It's like he's been transported back to his 20s. And here I was thinking that classic timbre in his voice was gone, but it's back once again like magic. Of course, Hit Boy's grooves on the beat are tight and have a great sway to them. The ringing, delayed, and layered guitar harmonies on the beat are a nice touch too. The following song, Meet Joe Black, is smooth, mystical, and smart. For Nas, pretty much an open challenge to anyone looking to try him artistically. That fuck around and meet Joe Black line is pretty hilarious on the hook. The song also serves as a reminder of his status as a pioneer and a trendsetter, making mention of his influential Queensbridge chain. Meanwhile, 4016 Building sounds like a braggadocious banger from the Bling era, packed with imagery of his youth, drug fiends contrasted against the modern-day spoils of his work ethic. There are similar angles to the song Hollywood Gangsta as well, with Nas also painting himself as a being more down to earth than some of these famous rappers who have lost touch with their past. Hit Boy's punchy drums and slinky lead melodies on the beat are great too. The chemistry between Nas and A$AP Rocky on Wave Gods isn't off the charts necessarily, but it's there. The DJ Premier cuts all across the beat are fantastic too. Meanwhile, The Truth is a pretty grim cut that reflects on the long debated topic of honesty in hip-hop, with bars from Nas talking about how he's seen and experienced basically everything that somebody can in his position, and that there's no line, any mention of anything, any over-exaggeration that could impress him at this point. Then to close things up, we have the aspirational Dedicated, which shows that even a guy as accomplished and as old as Nas is at this point still has goals, still has hopes, still has things he wants to attain. So yeah, there are quite a few highlights across this track list. Frankly, the worst this record gets is when you get a track or two that are just frankly a little too mild, like Ugly or Woo for the Children, which I was hoping would bring kind of a Wu-Tang style song or reflect on the impact of Wu-Tang or that era of hip-hop a little bit more, but it just kind of doesn't. Still, having said that, and considering that Nas and Hit Boy are sort of operating in a lower gear on this project, they're still coming across talented, still coming across hungry, and if this is how they sound as they're kind of lounging back and running a victory lap off of KD2, you know I'm pretty excited for KD3. As far as Nas's recent works go, I don't think this thing is as interesting as KD1 or 2, obviously, but certainly better and a little more consistent than Nasir was a few years ago, so feeling a strong 6 to a light 7 on this one. Tran, Zishin, have you given this album a listen. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head, it's another video you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Nas, forever.